So here's another example of finding a perfect parabola through 3 points. If you've got 3 points, you can find a parabola that hits through all of them perfectly using a system. So let's do it with matrices and our calculator first. But before we even do that, we need to find the system. So I need to plug each point in. When you plug -4 in, what do you get? 12. When you plug -2 in, what do you get? 0, and etc. So if I plug -4 in, I'm supposed to get 12, right? So plugging -4 in. And that's kind of ugly, so I'm going to simplify it. So I get 12 equals 16, positive 16, and then minus 4b plus c. That's one equation with 3 unknowns in it. You need to do that for the other points as well. So I'll try to color code this as we go. So now I'm going to plug in the second point. -2 in, 0 out. 0 out. -2 in. Clean it up a little bit. And there's the second equation. We need another one since we have 3 unknowns, a, b, and c. So now take this in, put that in, you get -12 out. So I'm putting 2 in for x now. Simplify it, clean it up a little bit. That's 4a plus 2b plus c. And now we have 3 equations for our 3 unknowns, and we can solve that system. So I'm going to write that as a system up here. And your work should look just like mine on this. There's no way you guys are going to be able to do it without looking very similar to mine. So don't try to do any shortcut. So let's see, we've got 12 in the blue, we've got 12. You know, I'm going to turn this around like we've seen it before. You can turn it around. Go 16a minus 4b plus c, and that's equal to 12. There's the blue one. So now the red one, we've got 4a minus 2b plus c, and that's equal to 0. And the green one says 4a plus 2b plus c is -12. There's a system, just like we studied back in the last unit. You can solve that system multiple ways. You can do it by hand, you can do it by calculator. I want you guys to practice both. So when you're doing the assignment, make sure you read the directions, my directions. There's a couple I want you to do with calculator matrices, and there's a couple I want you to do by hand. You need practice with both if you're going to move on in mathematics. So that's what we're going to do. First, we're going to do this with matrices. That's my preferred technique because it's so much faster. So what's the matrix equation that is equivalent to this system? So in the Wayback Machine, here we go. Pulling off the coefficients, 16, -4, and 1. 4 minus 2 and 1, 4, 2 and 1. That's matrix A. Then I'm going to have the variable matrix. You guys were used to like X, Y, and Z, but this time it's A, B, and C in that order, right? Then we got the other numbers over here. It's easy. So this is matrix X, and this is another constant matrix B. Remember, the reason this works is because matrix multiplication means you go this times this, or 16a, slide. You add this, that's -4b, slide. That's plus c, and that's supposed to be 12. That's that first equation. This is just another way to represent the same thing. It's a fancy way because now to solve this equation, how do you get rid of a to solve for x? Multiply by the inverse on both sides. You're going to get x equals a inverse b. And I want to see this theory on your paper because that's how you're going to remember it, is by doing it multiple times this year. Okay? So x equals a inverse b, and then I'm just going to go to my calculator and get the answer. So let's go to our calculator and have it do that for us. So here we go. Going to my matrix menu, I'm going to go second matrix. I'm going to go to the edit screen. I'd try to follow along if I was you. I'm going to go a little fast, but try. Help you remember. So A is a 3 by 3, and I'm going to put it in there. 16 minus 4 1, 4, negative 2, and 1, and 4, and 2, and 1. And I'm going to quit. Then I'm going to put the other matrix in, go back to the edit. And I need 12, 12, 0, and negative 12. Okay, I've got my matrices in there. Now I can tell my calculator what I want to do with them. So back out on the home screen, I'm going to go second matrix, grab A, and invert it. That's that same button that guides matrices. Multiply that by matrix B. Done. So, my calculator said 0.5, negative 3, and negative 8. Go back and think about what we were actually trying to do. What were we actually trying to do, ladies and gentlemen? Make a parabola that goes through those 3 points. So what are these things? They're the A. Go ahead. Yeah, exactly. So our parabola, supposedly, we'll check it out, see if it actually works. Our parabola is going to be 0.5 x squared minus 3x minus 8. Nice, Emily. Very nice. That's our parabola. Supposedly, it's supposed to go through those 3 points. Let's see if it does. So I'm going to put those points in my scatter plot. Get rid of this other junk. Those points in, x, 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 y, y, y. Better go make sure, I'm plotting list 1 versus list 3. Always got to watch out on that. And zoom 9. There's 3 points. Oh, but that's not this parabola, that's the old one, right? We've got an old weird one in there from our last problem. So 0.5x squared minus 3x minus 8. Supposedly that's supposed to go through all 3. Can you guys give me a drum roll? You gotta see. Boom. Powerful. Yeah? So that's what you guys are doing mainly in this assignment. I want you to do a couple by hand just so you can work on your mistakes. Most of us are still making copious amounts of mistakes. So this is going to help you stop doing that. So let's do the same problem by hand. We know what the answer is. Let's go back and solve it by hand as well. And then we'll call it good for today. So we know the answer. I'm just going to leave that up there. I'm going to erase all this matrix business. And just also so you can appreciate the power of that matrix stuff. Let's solve this by elimination. What do you guys think is best to eliminate here? A, B, or C?
Either one.
You could do any of them. There's a better choice though. C. Why is C a better choice here?
They're all the same one.
They're all the same and they're all just like one C. That's going to be easier to eliminate. They don't eliminate right away. If I want these to go away, one of them needs to be negative. So how about we modify that? I'll color code as we go here so you guys can follow. So I'm going to do that problem right over here. So I'm going to have the top left alone, and the modification, negative 4a plus 2b minus c equals 0. I'm going to add those together so that these eliminate. So what do you have left? 16 minus 4 is 12. That's negative 2. That's 12. A and B. Now do the same thing with this one and this one, except what am I going to have to do again? Need to make the C's go away in that combination as well. So I'm going to go same thing. Minus 4a minus 2b minus c equals positive 12. Oh, I forgot this top part. There we go. What's left is 12a minus 6b, 24. That's another system in AB terms. You can solve it however you want. You can do elimination again, you can do substitution, whatever you want. I think we're just going to stick with elimination. These are pretty close to eliminating right now, aren't they? What do you want to eliminate, A or B? A. Smart. So we'll write it down one more time right here. I'm going to leave that one alone. What am I going to do with this one?
Times by -1.
Yep. You don't have to just use -1, but if you can get away with small things, then do small things. Some of your problems are not going to be that simple. They're going to have some bigger things that you have to do to get these to eliminate. So just be a heads up on that. So this is going to make that go away. We'll get 6b. We're going to get -24. So now this cancels. Ow. There we go. Let's see, this is going to be 4. This is going to be -12. Yes! B is going to come out nice on this problem as -3. Yeah. Where can I put this to get A and C? Anywhere. It'll work anywhere. You can put it in the originals, but then you're going to have 2 variables left. I'd put it in one of these. It's going to work better. I'm going to put it in this one. So if I put it in that one, I have 12a minus 2 times -3 equals 12. So it's going to be 12a plus 6 equals 12, which is 12a minus 6 minus 6. A, I have B, I can stick it anywhere. I'm just going to put it back in the very original problem. Running out of colors and space, I'm going to go to brown. I'm going to put it way back up here. So I've got 16 times A minus 4 times B plus my unknown that I don't know. It's 8 plus 12 plus C. It's 20 plus C. Subtract, subtract. It's a lot more work, isn't it, in using matrices. Matrices require you to remember how to use matrices, but once you know how to use them, it's extremely fast. I even went slow for you guys. Yeah? So this is going to review a lot of different good things, I think. So that's it. We'll see you next time.